Hi, everybody. So nice to be here. I do definitely feel, having seen all the women who are on the show already, I definitely feel very underdressed. All the women who are dressed up, like, you know, lingerie, sexy, Valentine's Day, slumber party, men's mental image, pillow fights, all that shit. I dressed up like Logic if he taught daycare. Yeah, or like I was trapped inside one of those like immersive Van Gogh exhibits. Like that's where I wound up. It is nice to be here. I've also never been to Kansas City. I'm coming to you from Los Angeles. Thank you. You guys are cool. Maybe you guys have never heard of Los Angeles. It's a city. It's pretty big. Super Bowl's happening there this weekend. No, it's fine. Listen, hey. Listen, you have even bigger reason to hate me. I'm from Dallas originally too. Look, I know Dallas is terrible, all right? I grew up in Dallas. I know how bad it is. Okay, all we're known for is the Dallas Cowboys and the JFK assassination. That's all we got. Televised brain damage. That's all we're good for around Dallas. Texas has strong opinions. It's so crazy. Every time I go back to Texas, I always get reminded of how Texas is. You know? Like, I was just there visiting my family. I landed at DFW Airport. I saw a car with a bumper sticker, had a photo of an AR-15 on it, and the following sentence. "This is a tool. I am the weapon." It's the most aggressive Uber I've ever had to ride in. I hopped right in. I was like, "Wherever you'd like to go, sir. Where are we headed? The Capitol? Oh, okay. Cool. Salute." Bold statement. You are the weapon. That's great. I don't care what you think about guns. That's the craziest thing to call yourself a weapon. You are not more dangerous than a gun by any means. Like, I've heard of people getting pistol whipped. I've never heard of a pistol getting people whipped. I do live in LA now. I have escaped Texas. It's good. It's a good time to escape Texas. Texas doesn't have any kind of good headlines coming out of it ever. Like, I think part of the reason that people get a bad rap about Texas, we always have bad news coming out of there, right? Like, there's always headlines like "abortion only legal if done by a trained calf roper with a lasso, medical grade." There's never anything like "rodeo clown solves racism." If that was at the head of the Dallas Morning News, I think everything would be okay. I've got a bad rap. I think it's because we have we got bad people. We have our governor. I don't know why I'm saying R. I don't even fucking live there anymore. The governor of Texas is this guy named Greg Abbott, who is as close as we're getting in real life to like a comic book level supervillain. Yeah. Yeah, he's a man in a wheelchair with a funny accent who hates like half the population, you know? Like, he is one small lap animal away from murdering superheroes. Like, if he was sitting there in his lair, which as soon as they offered him the mansion, he's like, "Fuck a mansion, I want the lair, I want the bat cave where the bats fly out in Austin. I'm gonna turn the bat cave evil. I don't want anybody good associated with that bat cave." He was sitting there and he had like an armadillo with a wonky tooth. It's just this close to like dipping James Bond in boiling barbecue sauce. Well, Mr. Bond, I don't expect you to live. I expect you to taste great with this coleslaw I just had the kitchen staff create. I am very glad to live in Los Angeles now. Though I do live, LA is a very big, sprawling place. I do live in a gentrified neighborhood. The kids there, they used to have lemonade stands. Now they got cucumber water pop-up shops. It's very gentrified. I've lived in LA for a while. I lived there. I'm so sad to be here away for the weekend. My girlfriend is back there. We haven't done a Valentine's Day thing yet. She's got our cat. She's taking care of the cat right now. We have a cat. He has clinical depression. I know, right? I didn't think it was real when we started dating. We moved in together. I adopted this poor boy, Edgar, as in Alan Poe. I should have known. I should have put the science together right then and there. Edgar suffers from clinical depression, and I totally thought it was fake. And then one day I came home from work, and Edgar was just like lying on the couch, scrolling through Instagram, looking at pictures of more successful cats. I was like, buddy, get up off there. Look, if you keep looking at pictures of Grumpy Cat, you're going to be the Grumpy Cat. Let's pull you up by your Puss in Boots straps. Let's get you outside. That joke does have some deep layers. I think you might really like this one. We have a treatment for him. We do have to give him an antidepressant. It is Prozac, but it's cat formulation. It's called Perzac. You just pop one right in his little mouth. It's been really nice living with my girlfriend. We've been together almost 5 years now. It's a great relationship. I am so glad I don't have to be a fuckboy anymore. I tried really hard to be a fuckboy for many years. And I know I don't look like a fuckboy. I look more like a text me when you get home so I know that you're safe boy. Yeah. But that's how the trick works, right? Unsuspecting fuckboy. That's how they always get you. I used to be so bad of a person when I was single. My girlfriend's really grounded me. She helped me grow as a human being. We've started doing a lot of projects together. We started remodeling our apartment earlier this year. Mostly her. She is way better at all that stuff than I am. Right? Her dad is a carpenter, and my dad was absent. So we just had a different level of education growing up. I was raised by video games, and there's nothing in video games that could have taught me how to do construction. There aren't any construction video games. There's The Sims, which is the closest thing, I think. But the way I played The Sims, I was trying to murder my Sims. The correct way to play The Sims. Right? If you didn't at least, when you were a teenager, at least try to put your Sim in a pool, take the ladder out, just see what happens. And you had a better childhood than I did. So good for you. I see the way you didn't react to that joke. You had a fantastic childhood. I just wish that there was a Mario game where Mario was actually doing plumbing. That was his first job. Right? We don't need Mario trying to save the princess from Bowser. We need a game where Mario is trying not to get into an argument with the princess. Because he installed their new bidet incorrectly. And now the wrong part of the peach is getting cleaned. I don't know, you react very strongly to that one. Have you ever used a bidet? Oh, you gotta do it! Upgrade your life, I promise you. I got a bidet real early in COVID because I was I'm gonna treat myself, why not? And tell you what, I feel every time I use it, I use a breath mint on my asshole. It's fantastic. And you deserve that for yourself. I'm just trying to help everybody out. I don't want to lift everybody up. I want to lift the butthole community up so that way it can be on the same level. My girlfriend and I, we had one weird sexual thing happen to us during the quarantine, which was her IUD expired or filled up or something. I don't totally understand how they work still, frankly. She came up to me one day, she's like, Jay, I have to go to get my IUD changed. And I was like at a mechanic? Somebody literally going under the hood? Is there a dipstick? Does it have to be trained? Does somebody carry a bucket of my seed to the market so it can be turned into nut butter? What happens? I don't I wish I knew. I've tried so hard to learn more about female birth control because as men, we don't learn anything about female birth control. We're a bunch of dum-dums about female birth control. We're not taught that in sex ed, right? When I was in sex ed, which by the way, I went to a public high school in Texas, which means I was taught sex ed at my church. That's really, yeah. I know, it's very weird religious stuff, but that's a whole other set. Go listen to my album if you want to hear those jokes. But for now, I will say this. We learned about two things. We learned about condoms and pull and pray, and like 2/3 of that shit doesn't work. Right? You can figure out which are the 2 of the thirds. See, I'll do a deep cut joke for you, and then you laugh, and that signals that everyone else in the audience can also laugh. I think there's so many great options for female birth control that men don't know about. If you don't know, dudes, I'm going to educate you a little bit, right? Like I learned there is the patch, right? The patch is a fun one, I guess. It's like if you're trying to quit smoking. I think you pop it on and then the fetuses come out and you just stuff them out on the sidewalk. I think that's how that works. Yeah? Okay, great. Thank you so much. I did date a gal one time. She used a NuvaRing, that one seems cool, but it tends to come out sometimes in the middle. One time, like it came out one time we were having sex. Which was the worst part? The worst part was when she made the Sonic the Hedgehog "I got hit by an enemy" noise. And I was working with that Dr. Robotnik, you know. I've tried, at the request of my girlfriend, I've tried to watch less porn, trying to make our love life a little spicier. I will say I did try outright quitting porn, which is tough to do, because when you quit completely, you start having sex dreams that are way, way weirder than whatever you're thinking. Your subconscious is weird. Like for me, it starts out normal and goes to gangbangs real quick. Like I'll never forget the first sex dream I had after I quit watching porn. It wasn't even a week, and I had a dream where I was having a threesome with my high school sweetheart and my dad. I know. The worst part was that was the closest my dad and I had been in years. We were high-fiving. Told me he was proud of me. I woke up crying and coming. That's insane. You guys have been great. I'm out of here. Thanks so much. Bye.